What is God's judgment when you steal? Appropriately, you will lose all that you have taken. You will lose rather than gain. Look at Habakkuk 2 7 and 8. God says, will not your debtors suddenly rise? Will not they not wake up and make you tremble? Then you will become their victim. Because you have plundered many nations, the people who are left will plunder you, for you have shed man's blood, you have destroyed land and cities and everyone in them. Babylon had plundered many nations. Now the nations would plunder Babylon in turn. Jeremiah 17 verse 11 says, like partridge that hatches eggs, it did not lay, is a man who gains riches by unjust means. When his life is half gone, they will desert him, and in the end he will prove to be a fool. We may think that we may gain some type of advantage when we steal, but we never do. Adam and Eve thought they would become like God by eating from the fruit of the tree. Instead, they fell into sin and judgment. We need to realize that we never gain any advantage by stealing. Proverbs 10 verse 2 says, ill gotten treasures are of no value, but righteousness delivers from death. When you steal from others, God says, you will lose all that you have taken. The second woe is found in verses 9 to 11 and deals with the sin of injustice. Look at verse 9 of Habakkuk chapter 2. Woe to him who builds his realm by unjust gain, to set his nest on high, to escape the clutches of ruin. The sin here is identified as treating others unjustly in order to gain security for yourself. The phrase to set his nest on high is a picture of an eagle making his nest high and secure in the rocky cliffs, safe from trouble and harm. Babylon committed gross injustice in order to set their nest on high. They conquered cities, they exiled the people to foreign lands, they subjected them to forced labor, they plundered their wealth, all in order to build Babylon's wall high and to make their cities secure. This is a temptation for all of us. We all long to be secure, and we often are tempted to treat others unjustly in order to strengthen our own position. But we must remember that God is just and He pronounces a woe upon all who would act unjustly. What is God's judgment for those who practice injustice? God says in verses 10 and 11, you have plotted the ruin of many peoples, shaming your own house and forfeiting your life. The stones of the wall will cry out, and the beams of the woodwork will echo it. It is a lie and a deception to think that we can obtain any type of security by means of injustice. When you treat others unjustly to gain security for yourself, God says you forfeit your life. You lose the very security you hope to gain. Let us be to watchful of our lives, of the way we make ourselves secure. Let's always remember it's a lie and a deception to think that we can obtain any type of security by means of injustice. Be blessed.